one of the things that you will be required to evidence is, did your undergraduate program have a research component? Yes, you do have a research component. It was the first year reading and interpreting, the second year planning and conducting, the third year data collection and write-up. The simplest way to evidence this is to just email your poster across to them, and they can open it up and look at it and go, oh, lovely project. And it only has one author name on it. You owned that data set. You wrote up that poster. It is your poster. It is your project. If they receive the poster with 3 authors on it, they're going, well, what did you do? So it is definitely you are creating your own poster. The question then becomes, this audience, the observers. Normally, traditionally, that will be your supervisor and another senior member of the academic staff. This year I have a feeling, by the nature of the beast, that that other body will be predominantly me. Okay? So, historically, the situation would be, you come into the room, you hand me or Tim your USB drive, and it has a single slide PowerPoint poster on it. We take that, stick it in the go to sleep already? You know, this is what happened yesterday. It timed out and it wouldn't come back to life. Really annoying. It's back over.
Maybe the
good. It's coming. It's coming. Woohoo! And you'll also come in with 2 grayscale A4s of your poster. And this will all be in the handouts. We'll talk about this in week 5 after Christmas, I think it is. Yeah. You'll then give Tim and myself or another the grayscales. So when we look up on the board, if we can't actually read it from the board, obviously you get a little mark saying presentation unclear. So the first 25% kind of gets knocked down a bit. But we at least have this document we can read from and continue on with the process. What we'll do is have a seat there, relax. It's going to be a little nerve-wracking because there's going to be 2 or 3 minutes where we're going to be very silent. We're just going to be reading. We'll explain that to you. So just hang out, relax, and get ready to answer some questions. Generally, we start with the supervisor asking the first question and the other bod asking the next set of questions. Tim knows about your project. So Tim is going to ask you guys things about the project procedural issues. And then specifically, okay, what did you find? What does that mean? That's the sort of stuff that Tim's going to ask because he is going to try and make you shine for the other person who doesn't know your project. If I am this other person, what sort of question do you think I might ask you? Yeah, it could. Well, what we're hoping is that the way we ask the questions, that's exactly what you're going to come away with. Ah, that wasn't clear. That's why they asked the question. Bring your pads and papers in. When we ask a question, jot it down. If we've asked it in the poster session, it's something you need to clarify in the written project. Okay? What do I mainly teach you guys? First year, stats. Second year, stats. Third year, project. So I'll probably ask numbers questions. Okay? And they probably won't be nitpicky, gory details of what statistical test. It's more, in general, where do the numbers take you? And what do they kind of mean? How do they relate to one another? Okay? If I can see from your poster that you're pretty sharp on the stats, I might ask you slightly more piercing questions. But we're really looking more this year at your descriptives and less at your inferentials. And again, that'll be explained in one of the later lectures. So that is the normal, standard way we do it. I'm now going to go on a little tour, move this away, and you're going, well, why are we doing posters? I don't want to do a poster. The way science works is somebody has an idea, a question to be answered. They, as you guys did last year, design a project, get ethical parents, blah, 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 blah. As you're going to do this year, do a project, gather data, start analyzing that data. And you don't go to write a 3,000 word document right off the bat. What you do is you start to talk to your friends and say, this is how it's going, this is what I'm seeing, what do you think? And the formal way of doing that is a poster at a conference. So you wander off to the conference and you pause right there. I'm going to bring this back. Might as well describe a conference to you so you have a context for what I'm going to say. So you've got a conference. It will have a theme. If we had a conference in London 2 years ago, it would probably have been the Olympic dream or the Olympic legacy. There's a conference next summer in Barcelona. It's about heat stress in sport. It's going to be probably close to 40 degrees and very low humidity. So yeah, that's probably not a bad thing to talk about in Barcelona. Okay? So there's going to be keynote speakers. And these will be the gurus of that theme topic. And everybody goes to this, and you got 1,000 people sitting in the audience, and they talk for half an hour, and we all go, yeah. And you know that they kind of tell us this is what the state of the knowledge is in that field. But there's probably not 1,000 people who are researching in that area, so it gets broken down into I'm going to call it seminars and into posters. So if I go to one of these seminar sessions, I'll look through the little handbook of the conference, and there might be 6 people who have sent in abstracts about their work, and the work, look at those 6 papers together, yeah, that makes a really coherent package. So I might look at that and it's biomechanics of gait. I'm going to go see that one. So I get 6 researchers who know about gait and are doing good work in gait, and they sit there and they have 10 to 12 minutes to tell me a story. You might have 4 or 5 slides on a PowerPoint, and then there's 2 or 3 minutes questions answers with speaker A, speaker B, C, D, E, F. You get 90 minutes there. You got about 15 minutes to close, where that group of 6 become a panel, a collective brain, a hive brain. And I might ask you a question, but you answer it because, well, we didn't actually cover that in our study. And you go, well, we did actually have that data. We haven't presented it today, but blah, blah, blah. Okay, so you guys become a hive of information. We're not asking you to do that. Posters is what we're asking you to do. Posters will be a big hall, and there'll be 400, 500, 600 posters. Posters 0 to 200 are physiology. 201 to 203 are biomechanics. 204 to 600 are psychology. So I know that I want to go see those posters in the biomechanics. I go and look at biomechanics and chat with people. If you've got a poster up, there's probably an hour assigned that you must be there at your poster to answer questions. Okay? To answer questions about your posters. Tim and I will be asking you questions about your posters. Okay. So, here's a poster. So I would stand beside that